Yo, what's going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to another locals feature match. Here we are in round 4. I know this video is going up incredibly late today. I do apologize for that. Yeah, just haven't gotten around to doing the commentary until this point in the night. Very special video going up on Wednesday. I will have for you guys the top 16 Tri-Brigade Leerless for my one and only friend, the DB Lurker, Dalen Pitkin, exclusively uploading the profile on my channel. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be filming it tomorrow at Locals. So yeah, I know some people are asking around on Facebook and stuff. So the profile will be going up exclusively on this channel. So stay tuned for that. But here we have Predaplant Despia on the left versus Pure Mekk Knight. The same Pure Mekk Knight duelist you guys saw in the previous round, which if you haven't seen the previous feature match, I'll leave a link to it up in the top right. Yeah, so fourth and final round here. Both players are 3-0, and the winner will take first place. And most of the time, you know, we try to get the profile for first place. But yeah, so look out for the first place locals profile as well on top of the top 16 North America Championship profile too. So we're gonna see him lead with the branded fusion, and then get into the Orphis Scorpio to go into the Chlamydo Sundew, or the Mountain Dew, and that's going to allow him to fuse into the Ambulance, and that's going to go ahead and search a Predaplant spell, or a Predap spell or trap, I believe, and then can also act as a lone fire by attributing off a monster in the field that has a Predator counter on it. Most of the time, it's just going to be Ambulance, or Ambulo Melodies, I think is the name, but the actual name of the new Predaplant level 5 fusion monster. Really strong instant fusion target, but also being able to be hard summoned in this particular variant of the deck. So we're going to go ahead and see him add a copy of Predaplanting. Very strong trap card for the deck. Places Predator counters on everything the opponent currently has, I think on every monster in the field. And then if it's in the graveyard, when you fusion summon, you can banish it to destroy a card in the field as well. Really strong card. In engine out to Mystic Mine as well. Very good card all around. So now we're going to go ahead and see him activate the other effect of Ambulo Melodies, which basically is kind of like the lone fire effect. Says you can target one monster your opponent controls with a Predator counter, or one monster you control as cost, tribute it, and if you do, special summon one Predaplant monster from your deck. So we're going to see him go ahead and summon the Darlington Cobra, and Darlington Cobra is going to go ahead and add a copy of Polymerization from the deck to the hand. You know, it does add a normal fusion spell or a Polymerization from the deck to the hand. We'll see him use Mirror Jade to go ahead and banish the Cobra just to get the Albion in the graveyard, and then activate Polymerization with the Ad Libitum to bring back the Mirror Jade on top of fusion summoning for the Dragostapelia. We'll see him end phase set 2, and then end phase Albion. Well, not end phase set 2, but set 2, then end phase, and also an end phase Albion to go ahead and set another. This time going to be branded in red. So, you know, 4 interruptions known here already. Dragostapelia, Mirror Jade, branded red, and the Predaplanting kind of a pseudo interruption, especially with Dragostapelia already on board. But we're going to see an evenly matched here, main deck evenly matched from our Pure Mekk Knight player. We knew this was main deck because he saw it game 1 against our Dynamorphia player last round. So we'll see how good this evenly matched can be. Sometimes it feels like this card's a hit or miss against the deck. But we're going to go ahead and see him just chain Brandon red, targeting Adlib, chain the Predaplanting, go ahead and dump Biblis from the deck to the grave as cost. Go ahead and place Predator counters on everything. And then the evenly match is going to resolve. We're not going to see him resolve the fusion summon effect of Brandon Red. Obviously, you do not have to do that. You can add one back from your hand, and then you can apply the following effect once you successfully add that card back to your hand to fusion summon. You can choose not to fusion summon, which obviously he's not going to do here, because if he does fusion summon, he'll just lose whatever he summons to the evenly matched. And then we're going to see the Biblis, which was sent for cost off of the Predaplanting. Go ahead and add a copy of Bufolicula, which is also kind of like an in-engine polymerization for Predaplants, just being in the pendulum scale. But Mirror Jade still standing tall here, even after the evenly matched. And then we're going to see Mekk Knight go ahead and set one, which looked to be World Legacy Key. And then special summon out a copy of Purple Nightfall. And then we're going to see Purple Nightfall. Well, not add Purple Nightfall. I would assume we go for Purple Nightfall here, but going for Girsu also makes sense in this particular scenario. Going for the Purple Nightfall is probably too greedy, because if they chain the Mirror Jade to the Purple Nightfall, I don't believe it would search. I could be wrong, though. Just because I think at resolution, there is nothing. It's not in a column anymore. but it's been a very long time since I played Mekk Knight, so I'm not very familiar on the Mekk Knight rulings, and how Blue Sky can like be removed so it doesn't search anything, etc., etc. But we're gonna see him normal summon Girsu. Girsu's gonna go ahead and send the Gauntlet, and then we're gonna see Girsu's other effect to go ahead and summon tokens, one to the opponent's field, one to his own. And we're gonna see him go ahead and link the Girsu and the token into Lib, the World Legacy Keyblade Master. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and pull up a translation here. This is a foreign copy. But it does quite a bit of things. Cannot be link summoned unless you have a World Legacy card in the graveyard, I believe. And they can also set a World Legacy spell trap directly from the deck, which is a really, really strong effect. Allows you to tutor out a lot of your really strong spells and traps, especially things like World Legacy Succession. And I also want to look up the specifics of this card. It's been a very long time since I've used this card. Yeah, during your main phase, you can set one World Legacy spell or trap directly from your deck, but it cannot be activated this turn while you have no World Legacy monster in your graveyard. So you can just go ahead and set Succession directly from the deck, and then obviously since Succession is a normal spell, it can be activated the same turn. And most of the time, you're going to have a World Legacy card engraved. But we're going to see Mirror Jade go ahead and banish it on summon to go ahead and make him, not get an extra card, and also not give him the opportunity to be able to go ahead and link summon it, and then, shuffle something on the field into the deck. So we're going to see a Clutch Reborn here to bring back the Gauntlet. Gauntlet will grab something on special summon, and then Yellow, Mekk Knight Yellow, I forget its actual name, but Yellow Star, yeah. So Yellow Star coming down with the Gauntlet to go ahead and then link for Morningstar. Morningstar will discard Purple Nightfall to go ahead and search another World Legacy spell or trap. So setting up a, not super impressive board, but that's the thing about Mekk Knights, especially pure Mekk Knights. It sets up a lot of its interruption in the back row, and has follow-up elsewhere, like in the Banish Zone. Purple Nightfall coming back every standby phase is huge. Huge follow-up. And then you also kind of have the continuous effect of Morningstar, with its, while it's on field, Mekk Knights cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no damage from attacks involving Mekk Knights unless the monster they're being attacked with is in the same column. So if our Predaplant Despia player here does not play, around this column gimmick, could definitely come back to punish him. So we're going to go ahead and see a Guardian Chimera get summoned here, using the Bufolicula, I believe, to go ahead and fusion summon for it. And since it was summoned using a spell effect, he can go ahead and get the effect to pop and draw. But we're going to see a Brandon Red get chained to the activation of World Legacy Secrets, trying to dodge the negation effect of the secrets. But unfortunately, that's not how that's going to work, because I know, this kind of interaction before from when I played pure Mekk Knights, is that even though he's trying to dodge the negation effect here by, making Chimera leave the field before the Mekk Knight comes out, it's not going to stop the effect from being negated, simply because cards resolve where they activate, and by the time the Chimera would resolve, a Mekk Knight would be in the same column as it, thus negating its effect to pop cards and draw cards. So chaining the Brandon Red here is actually not going to save it. Our Predaplant Despia player probably didn't know this ruling. It's a pretty niche ruling for Mekk Knights, but it does, does matter, and it will definitely come up if you decide to pick up a deck like Mekk Knights. I think they also had a ruling question here, whether or not Chimera would resolve if it is like leaving the field as like fusion material. They kept bringing up like a Book of Moon example. I don't know. They wanted to double check, but also I went back and checked the original footage, because what's happening right now, apparently our Mekk Knight player doesn't know that ruling either. So Chimera is still going to pop 2 and draw 1, since he got to fuse with the token that his opponent gave him. But that Chimera should not have resolved, because it was in the same column as Purple Nightfall at resolution. Unless I'm missing something, which I could be, but there's no reason the Chimera should have resolved, since it activates, it resolves where it activates, and by the time Chimera Resolve, there was a Mekk Knight in the same column, even though it was no longer on the field. So yeah, we're going to go to game 2. Shoutouts to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up amazing playmats, sleeves, deck boxes, and dice, check them out at the link down in the description. And don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout. They have a new Quest Water Dragon deck box coming out on the 29th. If you like Demon Slayer, this deck box will be for you. It's similar to the Nezuko one they did in the past. It's green. It's gorgeous. I love it. The artwork on the inside is amazing, and on the outside. Definitely check it out. And don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout. 6 p.m. Pacific on the 29th. Don't miss it. And also, guys, don't forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link found in the description below of all my videos to support the channel just by shopping and checking out using that link. So with all that being said, jumping into game 2 here, we're going to see Predaplant Despia choose to go first and simply just pass. Well, we're going to see Mekk Knight opt to go second, and Predaplant Despia is just going to opt to pass because, you know, everybody thinks that, and everybody knows that if you play against Mekk Knight and you don't put anything on field, it's going to make them very, very hard to play. Their strategy, because you don't have anything on their field for them to make columns with, but, you know, Girsu definitely changes things. Girsu is a very, very strong card, allowing you to play turn 1 without the reliance of your opponent's cards. One of the best pieces of support Mekk Knight has ever received. And he's able to climb into Avermax with plenty of World Legacy spells and traps set in the back line to deal with anything his opponent might put up. He had, you know, Whispers and Secret, which is strong, but it looks like it's a huge, massive brick from our Predaplant Despia players. Not even going to try to play it out there. So we're just into game 3 as fast as game 2 ended. Yeah, and we're going to see our Predaplant Despia player choose to make our Mekk Knight player go first again. You know, or, well, not go first again, but, you know, try the old, I'm not going to give him any cards to work with strategy and see if it pays off. But he did open Girsu yet again. So probably feeling not too good about that. I mean, game 1, we saw our Predaplant Despia player actually get to go first. And despite the columns being made, was able to play through the board. Well, was able to shut down the Mekk Knight strategy just enough to the point where the fact, you know, he got to go second, you know, and actually, you know, like, enhance his strategy with already assembled, in quotes, pre-assembled columns from his opponent's cards just being there in play. Even if having that slight advantage, he still was not able to win that game. And, you know, he clearly didn't learn his lesson from game 2 that, you know, if he sees Girsu, it's kind of rough. It's kind of a rough situation all around. Because they can end up doing full combo with just Girsu, and I think, like, any Mekk Knight, I think it's like a 2-card combo. I'm pretty sure, anyways. I don't think... It's been a long time since I played pure Mekk Knight, and I love the deck to death, but I don't think just Girsu... Unless just Girsu gets you Avermax with, like, World Legacy Whispers and Secret set. But I'm not sure. Like I said, it's been a long time, but... The glove, I remember doing the glove combo. I remember a lot of people played the cup, the World Legacy World Chalice, but I remember doing this specific combo, like, all the time. It was a very, very fun combo because, like, the gauntlet just, like, gave you access to so many good cards. And you also just got to make an Avermax turn 1 with, like, secrets and, like, whispers. There were some god hands where you could end up, like, ending with, like, secrets, key, and whispers in play. And then you just have one-sided Royal Decree, one-sided IO, one-sided skill drain, like, super strong combo. Like, Avermax is just a hell of a boss monster, and you also have Lib can get rid of the token, so they can't, like, get to play with it on your turn, which is kind of nice. I think I see the Dark Charmer Gloomy also engraved, unless he didn't make Morningstar there, and I just kind of missed that. I don't know. But we'll see if our Predaplant Despia player has what it takes to be able to crack the board. Yeah, that's a pretty strong card to have there. Albaz, go ahead and attempt to fuse away with the Avermax, and activating Polymerization in the same column as Avermax. Very brave. Brave of you, my friend Dan. Brave. Don't do this again, Dan, if you're watching this. Don't ever play a spell in the same column as a Mekk Knight if you aren't 100% sure that Whispers is not set. Because imagine if Whispers was set there, he could have just activated that and then chained Indigo to go ahead and negate like we're seeing now. Indigo is going to be on slide it over to the left. Go ahead and negate the Lubellion to make it so we cannot fusion summon with it. And kind of a rough position to be in. If you are Predaplant Despia, he will go ahead and get a search. Copy of Aliber, which may or may not be enough. I think he sent that off of a Tragedy, which he already did burn as normal summon, so he won't be able to get to use Aliber this turn. He'll just essentially have to act as follow-up. But in the situation he's in currently, the Aliber is definitely not going to resolve with Indigo and Secrets live on his opponent's field. Unfortunate all around. I mean, you do take the gamble, going like letting Mekk Knight go first, for sure. Because if they don't see Girsu, then it's just kind of rough for them for sure. But I know some builds in the past have played a lot of consistency cards like Extrav. I remember I played an Extrav build in the past with like a very limited extra deck, but like it was just everything you needed, like Libs, Girsu, or Libs, Galateas, and Morning Stars and Avermaxes. Like that's really all you and Dings. Like that's really all you ended up needing at the end of the day. But I think that was before Prosperity came out, and Prosperity is just insane on a deck like this. So it makes Girsu much easier to see and makes the deck definitely a lot less reliant on going second. The more I think about this, the more I like miss Mekk Knights low-key. We're going to see a very, very cool play happen here. We're going to see the Girsu come down, send the key, and cannot use the token effect since, you know, he does not... well, he needs to control no other monsters to use it. But it's not like he needs it anyway at this point either with the board that's currently established. But Girsu, obviously, known for being a Mekk Knight monster, but it is also an Orcust monster. Kind of like, I don't want to say it's like one of the, well, it definitely is like one of the few monsters that like is named in such a way that it fits into two archetypes. There's probably other cards that do that too. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Yeah, because it has Orcust and Mekk Knight in the name. Girsu the Orcust Mekk Knight, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and see. I think he sees the line. I think he's overthinking the play a little bit here, trying to go for game. But he already has 5,400 damage right there with just the Indigo and the Avermax. We're going to see him go for the Galatea and then slap Ding. Ding will send the Lubellion, and that's just going to be game right there because he has 26 and 24 plus 3k, which is exactly 8,000 damage right then and there. So Pure Mekk Knight going to take it 2-1 here in this fourth and final round. Profile should be going up very soon, probably going up tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, the top 16 trial leader list deck list. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you so much to our Divine Level channel members who are Tweeter0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, and HDH Cyber. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely kind and generous support of this channel.